Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for joining me once again. Don't forget to click that subscribe button before you leave. Today I have some delicious pork dumplings for you, and of course I have a spicy chili sauce to top it all off with. As always, it's easy, I'm hungry, so let's get into it. Okay, let's jump right into it. I have here a pound of ground pork. I would definitely suggest using a fattier pork, so of course your dumplings are nice and juicy. I'm adding in a thumb size of fresh ginger, which I minced up pretty finely because it's obviously a dumpling. To that, I'm going to be adding in 2 Thai chili peppers. Now, those are completely optional. This is what they look like. I like a little spice in my dumplings, so by all means, don't feel compelled to add that at all. And I'm going to add in about 3 chopped scallions or green onions, whatever you choose to call them. In addition to those ingredients, I off camera added 3 cloves of minced garlic and just a handful of fresh cilantro. Now we're going to add in 1 large egg, and it's time for all of the wet ingredients. I'll be using 2 teaspoons of sesame oil. You can find this at pretty much any grocery store nowadays. And I'm going to probably use about a tablespoon of low sodium soy sauce. With that, add some salt and pepper to taste, and it's time to whip this mixture all up. I mean, whip that bad boy. Whip it good. Now, once you finish mixing everything together, this is what your dumpling filling should look like. I'm just saying that left or that right arm might be nice and tight after all that mixing. Now, I'm using some store-bought Wonton Wrappers. I understand that they don't say dumpling or gyoza. I prefer to use Wonton Wrappers just because they're a little bit lighter than the gyoza or the dumpling wrappers in my opinion. But quite honestly, either of them work just fine. You're going to need to put a little cutting board down with some flour so that they don't stick, and you're going to need a little water, obviously, to make sure the edges are nice and moist. Store-bought dumplings can tend to be a little dry. So let's do this. So as you can see, I like my dumplings a little full, so I put the filling closer to one corner, and I'm going to make sure all the corners are lubricated. You're going to pinch it, roll it over, squeeze those sides, and pull that little flap right on over everything. You see, it's already wet. You're going to pinch the top of that dumpling. You're likely going to need some water because I already know I needed a little water. I can tell. Let me go, Sierra, go get you some water. There you go. Add that, pinch that, and that is the dumpling. There are so many different styles of a dumpling, yes, but that is my dumpling. Now, I'm going to let you all see how this happens again, but I'm going to shut up this time. See, that was super easy. Now that all the dumplings are done, I'm just going to pop them in the freezer so they can firm up for just a bit while we go ahead and make the sauce. Now in a bowl, I have 2 cloves of freshly minced garlic. I'm going to add in 2 full scallions. Yes, you need lots of scallions. Green onions is actually another name for those. You're going to use about a half of a thumb size of fresh ginger. Just a tip, if you chop up a lot of ginger ahead of time for the dumpling, just make sure you use half of that for the actual sauce. And then we're going to do our wet ingredients. So I will, of course, keep all of these measurements down below for you, but I'm using a tablespoon of low sodium soy sauce, some rice vinegar, some chili crisp as always. You can certainly omit the chili oil if you prefer to not have it be as spicy. Some hoisin, a little bit of sesame oil, and of course some salt and pepper to taste. Give everything a nice mix and your sauce is done. Now it's time to cook the dumplings. Not a singer at all. To some boiling water, add in your dumplings. Now make sure this water has some salt in it. You should never make pasta, noodles, dumplings, anything in an unsalted pot. of water. Don't overcrowd the pan because you do not want these dumplings to stick. They're fresh, remember? You don't want them to stick together. So make sure when you cook them, you are giving them a nice toss and a nice turn. Now you're gonna need some ice cold water off to the side because once these start to cook, you wanna go ahead and add in some of that cold water to bring the temperature back down. And once they start boiling again, you know that they are done. Now it is my favorite part of any cooking experience, and that is to plate and to eat this food on up. Now why I chose to use a spatula to put these dumplings inside of a bowl is beyond me, so be better than me, okay? But let's go ahead and sauce it up. That sauce, do you see what we just created together? Toss your dumpling. Actually, I don't toss them. I saturate them from above, from the heaven above, all over those dumplings. Like, I'm about to go eat through this screen. Like, when I cook like this, I'm about to go make some more right now. Make sure you toss those dumplings all up in that sauce. And you know you got to make it pretty for the gram, so add some green onions too. And ladies and gentlemen, your dumplings are ready to be devoured. But I gotta give y'all a close up first, you know what I'm saying? Gotta give you a close up, you know, pow, look at me now, looking good. Add that sauce up on there. I wish she would. I don't know, I just needed something to rhyme. Ladies and gentlemen, as always, thank you for watching me. I hope you enjoyed that video. Don't forget to subscribe, comment, and like. And I look forward to you joining me again for another delicious meal by the one and only Sierra P. Enjoy.